Our next guest has been an outspoken critic of the Biden administration's handling of the border crisis and even visited the border with a cardboard cutout of Kamala Harris. Joining us now, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Congresswoman, I love these antics. First, the blanket at Joe Biden's sleepy State of the Union, and now flat-Kamala. Tell us about it. What'd you do?
Well, Benny, my job in the minority is to get in the Democrats' way and to expose what they're doing and then tell the American people how I'm getting in their way and what we're doing to harp on their hypocrisy and their corrupt policies that are destroying our country. So I like to have a little bit of fun with that, whether it's unfurling a Mylar blanket at a joint address to Congress from the president, or taking flat-Kamala down to the border. I had a lot of fun bringing Kamala down to the border with me. But you know who's not having fun during this border crisis? The children who are wrapped and stacked like baked potatoes in foil blankets. The young girls sent on this journey with Plan B pills because the risk of sexual assault is so high. The children being abandoned by their families at the border fence because the policies of this administration, this is a crisis, and the current administration is doing nothing to address it. So I have no problem bringing attention to what's happening at our southern border.
Yeah, that's right. Although you have to have a very flat affect to laugh in the face of anyone asking you about that carnage, truly an American carnage, and the largest humanitarian disaster in my lifetime in America. We don't call it that enough. You certainly brought the flat Kamala Harris to the border. I think we should play that clip right now so that people can see.
You can't just hear about what's happening. You have to come down here to see for yourself, to really understand the devastating reality at our southern border. So I brought Kamala down to see exactly what this regime is responsible for with their man-made crisis. Now, Kamala, I want you to stand here and look at what you've done.
Lauren, it's so good.
I think that was the mom in me coming out, Benny.
I think that...
Now look at what you've done.
Okay, so yes, you are a mother of 4 boys?
Yes.
You're a mother of 4 boys, and I'm sure all of them were very proud of you for planting Kamala right there, right on the border wall. You actually did your part to construct a deterrent on our southern border, because if I were coming up to the border and I saw Kamala there giggling at me, I would turn around the other direction and run as fast as I could.
Oh no, it's the border czar. I can't cross.
What was the purpose of that video? Tell me about your thought process behind it.
Well, just like I said in the video, you have to go down and see for yourself so you can understand the devastating effects that this administration is having on our country. This administration is like a circus. Kamala was in Mexico avoiding the border, but then she went, she talked about being in Europe. Biden has been in Europe, but he probably thinks that he's been in Mexico. Meanwhile, who's looking out for the American people? 1 year ago, under President Trump, Benny, there were 1,400 unaccompanied minors being held at the border. And when I was just at the border, there were 22,000 unaccompanied minors being held in the HHS facilities. And, this isn't a problem just for Arizona or Texas. This is a problem for our entire country. I have seen the buses being loaded with illegal aliens, with migrants, and being transported all throughout our country. I've been in the McAllen airport where you see groups of illegal aliens with manila envelopes with instructions on how to board their flights and their connecting flights, and they're being dispersed all throughout the country. And guess who's paying for it? The American people are paying for it. We are even sending planes to Central America and flying people in from there. They don't even have to get to the border. We'll just bring them on in. And this is something that needs to be addressed. In Biden's America, illegal aliens who skipped the line, disregarded our laws, and crossed our borders are given exemption and privileges that American citizens don't even receive.
That's correct. Just this last weekend, you and I both spoke in Dallas at the Turning Point USA Young Women's Leadership Conference. And on my flight back to Washington, D.C., there were multiple unaccompanied minors on the flight. They had their tickets around their necks. They were handled. They were being handled from seat to seat. They were the stewardesses and the people on the plane were open that these were unaccompanied minors. They were being handheld. And then they got off in Washington, D.C., onto the plane and were taken somewhere. Where did they go? You're a member of Congress. Is this legal? What's going on? People don't quite understand that this is happening in every community, and you can change forever the demographics of a community by doing this. And is it even legal?
This is a crisis for the ranchers in Texas who regularly have their property and safety threatened by these aliens. It's a crisis. For Joe Biden and cackling Kamala, this is mission accomplished. The President of the United States has a duty to secure our nation, and that is not taking place right now. He has ended the Remain in Mexico Act officially. He wants to take away Title 42 and allow an increased amount of illegal aliens to cross into our country. And Benny, they are receiving NTAs, a notice to appear, and that gives them legal standing to remain in our country and even obtain work visas.
Incredible. It is such lawlessness, and it's leading to such carnage. It's a humiliation. If you voted for Joe Biden, you should hang your head in a bag. Thank you, Lauren Boebert, Congresswoman, for bringing attention to this and doing it in a way that kind of makes you laugh. If you don't laugh, you might cry. So thank you, Congresswoman. Keep it up.
Thanks, Benny.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.